All right. So, how to stop progress amnesia from delaying recovery. So, progress amnesia is basically when you get into a tough spot and you forget all of the progress you have ever made. And in the world of chronic pain, chronic ailments, trying to resolve them with a mind-body process, we all know that the perception of danger, aka fear, really is the driving force behind symptoms being present, or how intense they are, or how mild they are. So in this world, we want to teach the brain that we're actually okay. But let's say we have a colorful day. Symptoms are pretty intense. What happens to all memory of all progress you've made? Now, if we zoom out and look at everything from a much higher level, we realize, wow, from when I first found out about this mind-body stuff to now, it's a world of difference, right? But that's really easy to forget. We have amnesia. We forget all that stuff when we're having a tough day. So the concept is that sometimes forgetting all about your progress keeps you freaked out and really in despair for a lot longer. So what we want to do is say, how do we stop that from happening? So first and foremost, I talk about something called an evidence log, a win log, anything that you've done that you said, wow, that's cool, that's impressive, I could not have done that before, that's a win. So any progress, it's like a progress report. Anything that, let's say you had a colorful day, but your mindset was stronger, write it down. Any piece of evidence that you're capable of implementing these messages of safety and that you are capable of getting better. Because a lot of times people might realize, wow, yeah, I was pain-free for half a day on that day. But when symptoms are high, do you think you're going to remember, that? Because why is that important? Because anytime you can point back and go, I'm not broken, I'm not sick, that helps build confidence. God, fish splash, and I think a beaver just swam across the lake. And believe it or not, I'm at Beaver Lake. So, yeah, small mammals, bugs, birds, fish. Welcome to lake life. So how do we stop? How do we stop progress amnesia from delaying recovery? And I think it's quite simple. Keep track of your progress. So anytime you're having a tough day, you can say, let me go look at that progress report or the log. Keep track of that stuff, folks, because that is where you can go pick yourself back up and rebuild some confidence and go, look at how far I've come. I'm not stopping here. I'm not gonna give up just because I have a tough day or a tough week or even a tough month. Things can turn around much faster than you realize when you get to the point where you know what causes symptoms, you know it applies to you, and that you're perfectly capable of deciding, and it is a decision, to not buy into the fear messages. Because we all have those fearful thoughts. We have to decide not to buy into them. So keeping track of your progress and pulling it up at a moment's notice if you're having a little mental or physical challenge as a result of this perceived danger journey, pull up your evidence log, your report, your progress report. Spend a couple of minutes smiling, reading through it and going, wow, I really did come far. So that is how you stop progress amnesia from delaying recovery. Because if you have a tough day and you don't do anything to reinforce the fact that you're okay, you start to despair that, oh my goodness, it feels like I'm starting over. No, you didn't. Go look at your progress report. But that's how we stop getting caught up in despair when we have tough days. Because if we forget any progress, or we forget that we're moving in the right direction, or forget that we're at least in the right place to begin with, it's a big relief when you start comparing that to endless doctors. I've talked to people who've seen 100 doctors and spent a fortune trying to get better. What you realize is, I'm not broken in the first place. I've just got a terrified brain operating on misinformation and fear. So if you don't want this, I'll say, progress amnesia, if you don't want that to slow down your recovery, every time you notice that you're getting yourself into a mental and emotional state due to a physical state, that's when you go, where's my go-to? My go-to is my progress log. It's my reminders that say I'm actually okay. Maybe the game plan. About a week ago, I did a video on, the pain-free you game plan. Go get that. Keep that in your little, progress report. Create a resource for yourself for the tough times. And most of all, if you're having a really tough day, don't panic. It's temporary, right? So anyway, hope you found this of some type of value. Definitely create a win log, a journal, a progress report. Keep track of that stuff. And anytime you really find yourself in a pinch, really unsure of what you're doing, and go grab that progress report. And that'll put a little more kick in your step. You feel a little bit more optimistic after you do that. So, love you folks. Hope you're enjoying the lake view. Sorry, that's my kayak under the tarp. Otherwise, it gets filled with rain. All right, everybody. Love you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.